All right, peeps, we're on day 87 of the blizzard, snowed in ridiculousness. Well, I guess really it's probably about day 4, but it feels like 87 days. Being home like this is driving me crazy. I'm a homebody. I like to be home, but this has been a little annoying. You see that? Look, see it right there? It's blinding. It's so bright in the windows. But anywho, let's do something fun. We're gonna make some teriyaki sauce. This is one of those things that I've talked about in other videos. Know your ingredients, make your stuff from scratch. You don't have to worry about what's in there. This is going to be kind of following along with the soy sauce amino video I did back when, using a combination of liquid aminos and coconut aminos just to kind of balance that flavor. Water, honey, ginger, garlic, and a little arrowroot. That's it. You know exactly what's in there. That is it. And it's really, really good. And it's super easy, super simple, super fast, all my super things. And it freezes well. You notice I freeze everything because I like to make big batches and then have it. So when I'm in a hurry or don't feel like fooling with it, I don't have to worry about it. I have it. So anyway, let's get busy. Like I said, this is super simple. I looked up some ingredients on some commercial soy sauce or teriyaki blends, and I wrote them down so I could tell y'all what was in there. Soy sauce, which as we've talked about before, is soybeans, water, and wheat. So with the wheat, you're going to get the gluten. You're also going to get 500 gallons of glyphosate, other chemicals and herbicides and nastiness, unless you're buying organic. Wine, who knows what kind. Also one of those very, very chemically treated products. Sugar, I'm using honey, much better, much more natural. Vinegar, ugh, most vinegar is made from corn, yuck. Glyphosate again, lots of chemicals. Salt, spice extracts, love that. Who knows what that is? What kind of spice? Extracting what? I don't know. Who knows? Do you know? We don't. I don't know. Onion and garlic powder. Okay, we know what that is. And then one of them had sodium benzoate. Really? That's like a preservative, not like it is. It's used to pickle food. If I want to pickle something, I'm going to wild ferment pickle it. I'm not going to put some chemical jazz in it. So anywho, let's get to what we're doing here. This is really easy. Y'all are going to love it. It's simple. It's very flavorful. And like I said, freezes good. So here we go. Let's turn this down. All right. So all you got to do is we're going to get a half a cup of our combo liquid and coconut aminos. I just like to do half and half. You can do one or the other. It is totally however you want to do it. Liquid aminos are a great flavor. But if you're wanting to or needing to 100% avoid soy, then you don't want to use this because it is a fermented soy product. It's an awesome one, but it is soy. And then coconut aminos are amazing as well. The only reason I don't purely use these is they're a little bit milder flavor, like I talked about in my prior video, and they're more expensive. So I find kind of doing the half and half is good. I cut down the amount of soy I'm using. I amp up the flavor a little bit without having to add extra coconut aminos, and I bring the price down with the balance. So it just seems to work out real well. So we got a half a cup. So we did a quarter of each, obviously, duh. I'm gonna turn my little pot on kind of lowish. Y'all, this is so easy, you're gonna roll your eyes. And then a cup of water, and I'm gonna put it in there, just kind of rinse out the rest of the aminos because we don't wanna lose a single drop. So that's 1 cup of filtered water. And then you're gonna put in your arrowroot, and I'll tell you, so here's my arrowroot in my big old recycled jug. We need 2 tablespoons. Where's my tablespoon? Oh, I didn't get out. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Thought I got my tablespoon measure out, but I didn't. So here's the thing with the arrowroot. Arrowroot can be used exactly as you would use cornstarch. It's a wonderful thickener. The difference is arrowroot comes from the starch out of the rhizomes or the roots of several tropical plants, cassava being one and a couple others I can't even pronounce the names of. Cornstarch comes from corn. And as we know, as we've talked about, 95+% of the corn grown in this country is genetically modified and it is sprayed to death with chemicals. We don't want either one of those. So I don't use cornstarch ever. I have gotten some organic once or twice and used it when I didn't have arrowroot. But other than that, I stay away from it, period. I am all about some arrowroot. It works exactly the same, and I don't have to worry about getting a dose of glyphosate or other gnarly chemicals. So just as you do with cornstarch, you want to be really, really careful and whisk it in because you don't want it to lump up. So if you whisk, and hopefully y'all can see this, as it goes in, then you don't have to worry about lumps. All right, so there's 1 tablespoon. We'll get the second one, and we'll just do the same little thing. Let me throw this over here, get it out of the way. I don't usually dump the entire tablespoon in. I do it in about 2 or 3 pieces, just because I don't want to risk having lumps. And nobody likes lumpy sauces. Not gonna hurt anything, won't really change the taste, but it's lumpy. Ew, nobody wants lumpy. All right, so we're gonna let that. It's getting warm, I can feel it, which is awesome. Okay, now we're gonna add the garlic and the ginger. So I've already measured out a teaspoon of our minced garlic. You know, you recognize this, the roast, I'm almost out. In this jar, I have 97 other jars. But that jar's almost done. So we've got that, 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, and then we're gonna do a half a teaspoon of ginger. You can use fresh ginger if you have it, and if you do, I would mince it super, super fine and do a teaspoon as opposed to a half. It's a lot more concentrated when it's ground. And I just do it the same. Oh, it smells amazing already, y'all. Yum. All right, so we're gonna do that. So we've got our aminos, our water, our arrowroot. Turn this down a little bit, it's burning my hand. Garlic and ginger, get it warm. And see, if you can see in there, it's already starting to thicken up. Oh, yeah. So get that going real good. And then the last thing we're gonna add on very low heat is a half cup of honey. And I already measured this out because I actually had a couple different jars that were starting to crystallize on the bottom. And so this is a fabulous way to use that because it doesn't really matter. You're heating it just a teeny bit. You don't want to heat it too much. And you're going to mix this in really, really good. And I'm going to get my rubber spatula because I am just an absolute freak about getting all the, look at all that. I mean, you don't leave all that behind. Getting all the ingredients out of the measuring cups or whatever it is you're using. Yum. Yum, yum, honey. So on a super low heat, you're going to stir this around, really just to warm the honey a little bit, but get it mixed in good. And look at that. There you go. Lord have mercy, I wish y'all could smell this. It smells amazing. And it's super good. Ooh, I didn't mince up that garlic too good. Well, I'll just stick a little fork down in there and then mush that up. But that's it. That is it. Oh, look, let me show you this. Look at that globby mess of gnarly looking stuff. That is, I'm making suet cakes for our birds. I know, right? I'm such a nerd. I had some tallow and some old oatmeal or oats and some seeds and I don't know what else I put in there. Some almond butter, some water, cooked it all down, and then I'm going to put it in a container and I'm going to freeze it, and then I'm going to cut it out in little cakes, put it outside for the birds, since there's nothing out there for them to eat much, and we've gone through all the bird seed we have. So anyway, enough of the suet. But this is it. That's all there is to it. This is, you can make teriyaki chicken. Again, okay, so you failed to plan, so you plan to fail, but you didn't do your planning steps on the weekend or whatever your planning day is like we talked about. So, but you have some of this in the freezer and you have some boneless, skinless chicken thighs in there. So you thaw those really quick. You can pan sear them real fast, put the teriyaki sauce on them, make some rice, throw in some frozen veggies, and you've got a great little teriyaki bowl. Or throw the chicken in the oven, roast in the oven, baste it in the teriyaki sauce. Do some rice ramen or something like that with some steamed broccoli or some spinach. Ooh, spinach is good. Put all that together, and there's another little teriyaki bowl. So there's all kinds of things that you can do with this when you're short on time. But anytime you have a recipe that calls for teriyaki, boom, there you go. The recipe makes about 2 cups. So I usually will freeze it in 1 cup measurements, just so I have, you know, a good kind of round number to work with. And I always have my very own, very tasty, 100% I know every ingredient because I bought it and I put it in there and it's all organic and clean and good stuff, and there's no preservatives, there's no extra junk. Teriyaki sauce. So y'all give it a shot. It's yum. You'll really, really like it. And like, hug, pat, you know, wave, all the things that you need to do on YouTube to build our little community. Please do all those things. If you have questions or comments, throw them down there. Ask any questions you want to ask. I'll answer to the best of my ability, and we'll just get our little community going. So y'all have a great one, and we'll talk again soon.